Thank you so very much for all of you joining us today. This is such an exciting time, and it is with great honor that we bring Mayor Ann Burt up, and she is going to do the opening welcome and remarks. So with that, sit back. We've got just a short program, a lot of opportunity to say thank you to our project partners and such. So without further ado, Mayor Ann Burt.
Well, good afternoon, and it's just such a delight to be here. This project, we're going to hear more about it, and Michelle will get into it and talk a lot about it today. But this has been a long time in the making. Projects like this don't just come about by spending the last year on it. It takes a lot of time. So today is a day to celebrate all the work that's been done to get us to this point, and the many people that have been involved in this project. We did have a chance, we approved a lot of the construction contracts at our last city council meeting. And it's just, it's business, like, you have to approve it and, do the next one and the next one. So we did all that. And then we just really took a pause, just even at that point, to reflect on what a big deal this is. So we're sharing more of that celebration today is what we're all about. So before we get going too much further, I do want to recognize all the amazing, important, and people that have been part of this project over the years. And if I state your name, if you could just stand and let everyone know who you are, that would be great. So Senator Nicole Mitchell. I know everyone likes to do the applause, but maybe just for time, hold your applause till the end. But I got a long list. We could be here all day. Representative Amanda Henningsen-Yeager. Representative Ethan Cha, who unfortunately is having travel challenges with the airline, so he's not with us, so I've got some remarks for him. Former Senator Susan Kent is here today. And then Washington County Commissioners Carla Bigham, Michelle Clausen, and Stan Kowalski. In addition, I think, is Lisa White here, past commissioner? All right, I thought she was going to be here. Woodbury Council members, Andrea Date, Jennifer Santini, Kim Wilson, previous council member Amy Scoggins, longtime council member for the city of Woodbury, and with us in spirit is Steve Morris, who is not feeling well today. In addition, the Parks and Natural Resources Commission has been very instrumental in all of this, and I'd like to just have you all please stand and be recognized if you're on the Parks and Natural Resources Commission. Thank you very much. So I'll just take a minute and share my own personal story of this remarkable building and what's to become even more remarkable going forward. My family and I moved here 20 years ago, and we remember what the internet was like 20 years ago. It's not nearly as robust as it is now in terms of being able to search things. But as we're trying to determine what community to live in the whole metro area, having moved from the Chicago area, I found this online and went, oh my goodness. So first of all, I was very mad at my husband that we were moving further north from Chicago. I'm like, a whole lot of states in warmer areas, but we moved here anyway. But to find this facility available for people to come in as a respite from the cold, as opportunities to gather with friends and neighbors, to meet after school, to play mahjong and cards, to go to the library, to work out at the YMCA, to connect people from our entire community, to me was just amazing. So it's one of the key reasons why we picked to move to Woodbury so many years ago. And this really is intended, the big vision is to be a gathering space for our entire community. One of the things that previous councils decided many years ago, and I'm thankful to them for that, is that we were not going to build, a place for the seniors to go, like it's their own senior facility, and then have other spaces. We wanted a place where all the community of all ages, all interests could come together and gather. And that is what we have created here. Again, this has been an amazing space for 20 years, but we're going to make it bigger and better for sure. It's been 20 years since this building was built, maybe even just a little bit longer. And our community has doubled in size in that time. In addition, we are so thankful for the various community partners that it's taken to pull this project together. From the very beginning, work was done to partner with South Washington County Schools, District 833, the county, Washington County, YMCA, and Stonecrest. And that was done early on. And I have to say, not that I was involved at the time, but it was a little bit easier to pull all those new groups together to create this space. Got a little bit more challenging 20 years later when we have to develop plans for a new space. But with such thankfulness, all those groups came together and brought us to where we are today. So just really appreciate all the work that's been done by various people to make this happen. So I want to recognize and just thank all the previous councils who have come before us. This particular council that's in existence has made the decisions on what this new project is going to look like. We finalized it, but previous councils have been involved in this for a long time. I wanted to mention Bob Cladd is here, our former director of Parks and Rec. Where are you, Bob? There he is in the back. Of course, you were back involved in this from the very, very beginning, but then the plans to bring this about probably started nearly 10 years ago when he was still here. So thanks for all those previous councilors, all of the appointed commissioners, our Parks and Rec Commission, and all the commissioners before you that were part of this. Others involved in community engagement, where we got input from people. We set up community engagement here at this facility for the kids to come in after school and tell us what they want to see in this new project. We were at Woodbury Days and we asked all of the kids that came by our booth, tell us what you want in the new indoor playground. Give us ideas for that. So we really reached out to learn more about what does the community want. It wasn't just our idea, staff's idea. Getting the engagement in the community was key. So we're very appreciative of that. And then of course, lots of staff were involved. Of course, Michelle Okada, our current director of Parks and Rec, Chris Hartzell, our director of engineering, and Craig Ridley, and many, many others it's taken to pull this together. Special appreciation, I'm going to bring up our speakers here soon, to our state legislators for providing us bonding money to help cover the costs of this project, organizing the tours that had to come in through here with the bonding committees to agree to doing this and to vote for it. We had sales tax relief on building materials, which is saving a lot of money, and we've got an extension on our tax increment financing district. So all of that has come together. We're so appreciative of the work done by all. That's it for my remarks. I'll bring Michelle back to invite the others up. Thank you for being here, and that's, again, just a delight to know we celebrate this today.
Thank you so much, Mayor Berg. And we do, as she concluded the area that we talk about, the financing support from our state. This facility not only draws from the Woodbury and surrounding area, we have events and programming and facilities that really draw from the greater area, the greater community, the greater region, all over the state. And we got financing by the hard work and dedication of our elected officials. And we really want to give them an opportunity to address the group. But with that, it really is with great thanks and gratitude for their hard work. So please, Senator Rachel, we'd love to hear a few words from you to begin.
Thank you so much for having me here today. I'm so proud we were able to bring part of the money for this project back into our community. I kept hearing from the city that we've never gotten bonding money before. And I thought to myself, oh, surely there was something. And so we looked back over 30 years and then quite frankly, we were like, okay, we looked back far enough. There literally had never been money from the state that came back to Woodbury like this. There had been other projects that were multi-community like the Gold Line, but this is kind of historic for us. And I want to thank the former Senator Susan Kent for laying the groundwork to set me up for success when we went to the state to get this back, because money that we're able to bring back from the state means less resources needed to draw from our own taxpayers and relief there. I'm not sure exactly how much this project will save taxpayers, but for example, some of the investments we made at the county, they were actually able to show that state investments, property taxes that would have increased 8% were only like over 3% because of investment. So that's kind of what this does for community members. So I'm so proud of that. I also want to say this is one of my more fun bills to carry because sometimes we have very serious subjects and clearly this was, but I think I might have stolen a little bit of the mayor's thunder, not on purpose, when we were presenting this, because a lot of times we'll kind of present our aspect and then let the stakeholder give their part. But I love this place. I don't know how many of you remember back when the library was actually across the street and that smaller space. And so I remember when we got access to this and what a wonderful space this was. So when I got to present it, I was like, I'm there like twice a week. You know, when my child was little, we were at the ECFE classes, we're at the playground all the time. My kids did in fact fill out the survey for what they thought the playground should have and the upgrades. When I was presenting this last year, I had a foster son, and even though some of the ECFE programs aren't here, some of the community services, he was going to speech therapy here, the library, I have my town halls in this space. I'm telling all of this to the Senate, right? Like, this is just a great space. You guys all have to come visit. But elections, like there's an election judge here. So I feel like I know every corner of this space and have used almost every corner. And even in the winter, just having kind of an indoor space to go to when it's 2 below, like it's been recently, I think that's a really nice respite for us. So I'm so glad that we continue to improve this so more generations of families and parents and kids and community members can enjoy it. So thank you so much for letting us be part of this. And I'm really excited to see where this goes in the future. Thanks.
I really need to get some less tall speakers right ahead of me. With that, another tall speaker, Representative Amanda Henningsen. Thank you.
Today, I am just so excited to be here. As a mom, I've got 2 little girls. One should be coming in like any minute now. This is just such an exciting space. My girls love the library. We love Lookout Ridge. I love the fact that it's attached to the YMCA. And when I step back and think about it, that's really what this is about. It's a community space. It's a space where seniors can have a nice skyway to come over without getting cold or too hot or in the rain. And they're in the same space as little kids coming up from the playground or taking classes or coming from swimming lessons at the Y or checking out books in the library. And that type of feeling is just so cool and what is one of the reasons why I love Woodbury and why I love this space. However, since it has not been renovated, we need to renovate it. We need to expand it. We need to meet the needs of our community. And that's exactly what, in collaboration, we have done here. I'm excited for Lookout Ridge to get an upgrade, for all of the space to get an upgrade, and to become better energy efficient too. It's so important to address climate change, and we're doing that together. I'd like to say that I'm very thankful for the coordination, not only of all the work laid by previous legislators, previous councils, previous county commissions, but really it's all of that collaboration that brings it together. And I will say this is pretty creative too. We have city resources, county resources, and the way we were able to leverage and use state resources, I found very creative and was very honored to carry some of the bills with colleague Senator Mitchell and Representative Ethan Cha. For example, Mayor Burt mentioned, $7.5 million in bonding. That's kind of one piece. And then we found out, well, there's this little piece of TIF that really hasn't been used, but we could use that and leverage that. Well, that took a change in state law. So we were able to talk about that and leverage I think that's about $1 million. And then it was like, well, construction supplies are taxed on sales tax. If we could take that sales tax off, it would be less expensive. So we had to get a bill and got that passed. So it was just all these really creative little levers that have really helped save the project money and then save our residents and our community members money. So just really excited and thankful for that. And then lastly, I just want to say thank you for allowing me to be a part of this. This is so cool to kind of come in and take the baton from where those have come before me have left off and take it across the finish line. And then think about how when my kids are now will be graduating seniors, I can say, hey, remember when we had this cool transformation, and really have this space be a essential community, Central Park, community space where everybody feels welcome and included. So just thank you again and enjoy.
She lowered the mic thinking Michelle O'Connor was coming back, but I'm stepping in just real quick to speak on behalf of Representative Todd, who, as I said, was having travel challenges, but wanted, he prepared this statement and it's very heartfelt, and I just want to share with you. He says, Central Park is an essential community space for both me and my family. I'm honored and proud to be a part of this project to ensure that we have a vibrant community center to foster what Woodbury is all about. Central Park hosts one of my favorites, the public library. As a new American, I spent countless hours learning English and studying in public libraries. Projects like Central Park are an instrumental part of a community's foundation and identity. Central Park and similar public spaces provide a sense of belonging. Regrettably, I cannot attend in person today to celebrate the new beginning with you all. My heartfelt thanks to my legislative colleagues, especially the Capital Investment Chair, Representative Fu Lee, and committee members, including staff and all partners involved in making this project possible. I extend my best wishes for the project's success and eagerly anticipate its reopening in 2025. Now, on to Michelle. Let's go.
Thank you. And then one of our last speakers this afternoon is Commissioner Michelle Clausen. The county, Washington County, is a co-owner of the shell, and then we have different parts. So they have been a partner from the beginning, and we look forward to hearing what the future might look like at the county portion.
Thank you, Michelle, and you did not have to move the mic for me. So, well, this is a speech to Central Park. Today, we celebrate you, Central Park. Central Park, you have witnessed the growth of our city from when it was 1990s to what it is today in 2024. You are the center of our city, the heart of our city, and our government services and business corridor. Central Park, when I walk through your doors, I am a part of the hustle and the bustle of the day. And I feel that I'm a part of my community here. I visit here frequently with my two girls, Brooke and Tegan. And the other day, it was just packed here, and I witnessed seniors playing mahjong. This was the first time I'd ever seen that game played in person. I wanted to take a picture to capture the moment, but I didn't want to disturb the competitive game. Right then and there, I was reminded why Central Park is so valuable to us. It's where we feel our community around us. We may be growing, but we're still small, and we still recognize familiar faces in Woodbury. And with that, maybe we feel a little less lonely in this world when we visit Central Park. We are a growing city, and now is the time to make long-lasting investments in Woodbury to serve the people of all generations for the next 20 years. Central Park is a unique partnership between public entities like this, which is like a condo shared agreement here. Washington County is proud to contribute and support $4.5 million to this project. I commend the work of our elected officials, Senator Nicole Mitchell, Representative Ethan Shaw, Representative Amanda Hemmingsen-Yeager, Mayor Berg, and council members that coached and advocated to bring in additional funding. They have helped our taxpayers pay less money. I want to especially thank staff and especially notice Michelle Okada for all of her work, and I'm sure I just butchered her last name. And city and county staff, of course, for all their hard work in executing these plans. The county has the library and the CIP budget and design start 2025. I invite you all to be a part of the future planning of the library with us so that you feel heard in the redesign. Congratulations, Central Park. I can't wait to see your new reveal. Thanks.
Thank you so much. we're mentioning a lot of our partners and a lot of our supporters, our legislators, our council members, our commissioners, but it is, without them, we wouldn't be here. In addition to them, we do have many other project partners, and I think it's important that we talk about the unity that we've had. There's been some great relationships that have been built, some really healthy, wonderful conversations that are going to get us where we're going, get through this construction. And I do want to take a moment to recognize our project partners. And with thanks and sticking with us through this. This has been a process for over 10 years. There's been many iterations, but it's together that we're really being thoughtful in this design. So with that, I would like to recognize the staff from Washington County who have been with us since 2014 when this first kicked off. So the staff from Washington County, if you could kind of be recognized. Where are you? There we go. And certainly the elected officials that support that staff. South Washington County Schools, 833, we do have a couple of representatives. Superintendent Julie is here. Thank you. Bob Lawrence, who works with our community education. They've been a partner since the beginning as well, and they want to continue to be in this wonderful space with us. So we look forward to that. Our Woodbury YMCA is a connection, but we have joint collaboration in some of our spaces. So we've got a few YMCA representatives here as well. Stoneville Senior Living, we have both staff and residents that are very invested in this project. If you would be recognized, thank you for being here. And some of our other project partners are consultants with Krause Anderson and HGA Architects. We've got our artists and muralists in the house with us today. Please raise your hands to be recognized. And our City of Woodbury staff, especially our project leads, Teresa Keller and Chris Hartzell. We are the three amigos, and this project was better because of their involvement. Many other staff. This project has been the City of Woodbury organizational project. We have a handful of staff, our building officials, Eric from community development. We have everyone from communications and IT and public safety. It really is all hands on deck. But why that's important is because this project is important, and they're lending their talents and expertise to get every detail just right for our community and facility guests. At the heart of every decision, it's those individuals that we're thinking about through the different lenses. And that's, I think, important for everyone to understand, is every decision from the staff level to the elected officials is really about who's going to use this space and what joy are they going to get and make a difference in their day, their month, their life. There are some very, very important life events that happen right here in Central Park, from weddings and birthdays and anniversary celebrations to connections with different generations. It's the simple, the little, and the big. And that's why this project continues to be so important. And finally, certainly not least, we express our gratitude to the many community members who have chosen Central Park to be their gathering spot. Their invaluable input has helped play a crucial role in shaping the vision that has brought us to this point. And that goes back to the late 1990s when the original vision was placed for what this will be. And it is really intentional that we want to keep the spirit of that original vision. And certainly kudos to Bob Platt and his team for bringing us here to this place. With that, we have just a short video that we'd like to show from the groundbreaking in the early 2000s to some images of what we think this space is going to look like. So just take a few minutes to enjoy this short video, and then we've got just a couple of directions for the next steps. And thank you to our future facility partners, the South Washington County Telecommunications. They will be a partner with us, and their talent in putting together these awesome videos. So hopefully you got a little feel of what happened then, where we are now, and what we're looking forward to. This is a very exciting day. I don't think I've said that enough, but goodness, I'm excited. With that, we would ask everyone to join us for a picture on the bridge. The bridge is something that is currently in the facility. We're going to take advantage of it a couple of more times. So we're going to go right through here. Don't move yet, because I've got a couple more directions for you. If we could just stand on the bridge, Megan Beck, where is Megan, is going to take a picture from that area. So we're going to filter right down through here.